Hello guys, and welcome to my very first YouTube PowerPoint tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this really cool ultra realistic watch with a real timer on it. So you could use this if you are delivering any presentations that have an activity involved or something like that. So let's jump right in. Create a new slide, and we want this slide to be empty, so let me just remove this here. And the first thing that we want to do is insert a circle like this. Perfect. And then go ahead and align this circle center and middle. Let me remove this pen here. And we then want to insert a rectangle the same size as the slide and send it to back. Highlight the rectangle, highlight the circle, select merge shapes and then subtract them. Perfect. And I'm then going to format this rectangle just a little bit. For now I'm going to give it a white fill, no line, and I'm going to hit a little bit of drop shadow on it like that. Perfect. Okay, so let's insert our image for the watch face. I have decided to go with this really cool purple image of a lake and a bridge or a river. So let's send this to back, and there we go. We have the foundation for our watch face. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is insert the dials on the watch. Now you can get these anywhere. I love pngtree.com. You can get some really cool vectors and images there. I decided to go with this one, and I'm just going to resize it so it fits perfectly in our circle. That looks good. And I'm going to recolor it so it's a little bit easier on the eyes, this off-white here. And I'm also going to add a little bit of drop shadow to give it some depth. There we go, that looks perfect. So now let's create our hands for the watch. So it's worth noting that if you did want to make this hyper realistic, you could go ahead and download an actual watch hand like this. But I'm going to go ahead and just create our watch hands from shapes in PowerPoint. So the first thing I'm going to do is insert a circle. That looks about right, not too big. I'm going to format the shape, and I'm going to color mine in black and give it no line. And I'm going to then align that center and middle. And then for our actual hand, I'm going to use a triangle and keep it quite thin. That looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to move it over here for a moment. I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to flip it vertically. And I'm going to align it with our other hand as close as possible. And I'm then going to color my top one an off-white and give it no line. And my bottom one, I'm going to make completely transparent, so no fill and no line. Now the reason we want to do this is because when we add the spin animation, we want it to spin from the center. So I'm going to go ahead and group these together and then align center and align middle. Perfect. And now let's add the animations. So we're going to select the spin animation, and we are going to set that. I am going to set that, of course, make it specific to your requirements, to 180 degrees. I'm going to set it to 30 seconds because my activity will be 30 seconds long. And I'm going to give it a sound, a countdown sound. This is from a British TV show. It's 30 seconds long. So perfect, there's our animation. Now the final thing that I want to do just here is reorder this clock hand so that it is behind our black circle. Perfect. Okay, now let's add some glass to our watch face. So again, I got this from pngtree.com, and it just gives it a little bit more depth, and a little bit more realism. So I will increase the size of this so it fits perfectly over our watch face. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that. And now we want to insert the watch strap. So to do this, I downloaded a picture of a watch, a PNG file of a watch, this watch just here, and I'm going to cut a circle out and layer it over the top. Now to do that, you can't actually use the direct PNG image. You need to insert a shape. So I'll go ahead and insert this rectangle like this, and then format the shape to a picture or texture fill. Now it's automatically inserted the watch into this for me, and I'm just going to resize this so that it's a little bit more realistic in what we want. Perfect. And we then want to cut a circle out of this. So let's insert a circle and make it roughly the same size, as close as we can to the watch face just here. Okay, that's looking okay. It's not perfect, but it's all right. And I'm going to select the watch, I'm going to select the circle, and I'm going to merge shapes and select subtract, and that's going to cut the face out for us. On the watch, I'm also going to remove the line like that, and we now want to resize it so that it fits perfectly over our watch face. A little bit bigger, I think. There we go. That looks pretty cool. I am happy with that. And now, just to neaten it up a little bit, what I'm going to go ahead and do is insert a rectangle just here at the top, select the watch face and then the rectangle, and then select subtract, and then go ahead and do that again for the bottom bit just here. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna give a little overlay to our background here to make the dials stick out a little bit more. So I'm just gonna give a square over the top like this. I am going to give it a solid fill black and adjust the transparency to 75%. And I'm then going to reorder the objects and bring this over the image just like that. Perfect, that's looking really good. And then the last thing I want to do is give our background a nice fill. So select gradient fill, and this has already given me a great gradient. I set it earlier on so that you can see it. It is a radial gradient. I've only used 2 gradient stops. Transparency on 0% for all of them, and I used the color picker to choose a color from the watch face to get this, and now we should have a perfect watch. Let's have a look. Perfect, looking great. So now just to give you a couple of potential pro tips. If you wanted to take this even further, what you could do is you could create multiple watch faces like this, resize them to be really, really small, and put a couple of them on the watch face to turn it into a chronograph watch. Or alternatively, I thought this looked really, really cool, and that was to insert this Rolex watch face that I managed to download just here. Something looks a little bit like this. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. but I'll go ahead and bring this to about here in front of this one. And I thought that looked really, really cool as well. You would of course have to cut it all out, but just a pro tip for you if you wanted to take this a little bit further. So I really, really hope this helped, guys. As it stands right now, I don't have any likes on any videos and I don't have any subscribers. So if you like this video, please like it and please give me a subscribe. I'm going to be releasing some new content on a weekly basis and just covering some really, really cool stuff.